Are you ready to stop just running a business and start leading an industry? Welcome to Canada Business Talks with SK. This is your front row seat to the authentic stories of Canada's top innovators and industry leaders. We dive deep into the real-world strategies for tech and AI adoption, digital transformations, scaling for the Canadian market, and navigating trade and talent challenges. Brought to you by the team behind Canadian SME, supporting and celebrating Canada's diverse entrepreneurs, we're connecting the country's business community, one vital conversation at a time. It's a trusted map and the mentor you need to thrive in the Canadian economy.
I am SK. Join me for Canada Business Talks. Your journey to success starts here. In an era of rapid digital evolution and critical labor shortages, an education that is career focused and aligns directly with employer needs is paramount.
Journey to Canada was obviously a risky decision, so I planned the journey very well. At the end, I was already running my own office, so planning was very important. Taking a risk is very important. You should have the mindset to upskill yourself. Very important, very, very important. Coming from a good background in business, still I have to upskill myself, and I'm still doing it. I can see you're creating the workforce this country needs. The way we look into the whole thing is, we are not there to just give them papers, right? The paper should have a value, and that value is employment.
The key takeaway from his advice to other business leaders is take risk, but do the homework first.
Welcome to Canada Business Talks with SK. In an era of rapid digital evolution and critical labor shortages in healthcare and skilled trades, an education that is career-focused and aligns directly with employer needs is paramount. Our guest is an accomplished educational executive dedicated to academic excellence and student success. Please join me in welcoming Vishal Manocha, owner and president of A1 Global College of Health, Business and Technology. Vishal brings over 20 years of experience in strategic educational development and has successfully overseen the opening of 4 campus locations in just 2 years. His mission is to foster academic excellence and prepare graduates to excel in a rapidly evolving world. Today, we will discuss A1 Global's commitment to supporting immigrants and newcomers, the strategic expansion into tech and trades, and the focus on community and career launch, and Vishal's vision for the future of career-focused education. So let's get started. Vishal, welcome to the Canada Business Talks. How are you doing today?
I am good, and thanks for your warm welcome.
It's always a pleasure to have you again and again in our studio. Vishal, before we dive into the programs and more information about your A1 Global College, I want to touch on your personal journey. As an immigrant entrepreneur, you might have faced unique challenges.
Correct.
Building the A1 Global College. What was the biggest barrier you had to overcome in your early days, and what kept you focused on your vision?
See, I come from this more than 20 years of experience in this industry. So back home, I have been doing international student recruitment for many years. So that's what we are still doing for the last 22 years. That's where I started my career from initially. And the journey to Canada was obviously, first it was a very, a risky decision initially to be thought about what I was doing back home in India, which was already very good. Still taking a step, moving with the family. Even giving a thought about moving with the family was obviously something challenging, and I knew I was taking a risk. But honestly, when we initially decided, yes, I have to move. So then I just try to make sure that it is a calculated risk. It's not like I'm just, whatever I've set up, I have a good setup back home, right? I don't want to even touch that one or get into a stage where I have to start everything from day one. So I planned the journey very well. And as I said, a calculated risk. So at the end, when I moved here, I already was close to getting my immigration license. I'm also an immigration consultant. And when I landed to Canada after 3-4 months, I was already running my own office. So planning was very important. Taking a risk is very important, like taking a risk of moving from your home country and then planning out those things. I think the way we planned as a family to be here, I have a son and a daughter, right? So for them, it was challenging too, moving to a new country, new culture. But I think we all adapted well to the situation. We all worked towards what we were trying to achieve and what were goals in Canada. And there we are right now. I'm running 4-5 corporations in Canada, big businesses. We have developed brands now, either it's immigration, either it's colleges. We have also owned a school now, which is a private school. So yes, we have expanded a lot in the last, and I've been here for like 8, 9 years now. Not journey of traditional families to be here or very long history, but yes, I'm the first immigrant from a family here. And as an immigrant, I think you have to just upskill yourself every time. You have to make sure that you are looking ahead of what's coming. And I think that has been a very great, successful journey for me, and taking those initiative, being calculative every time, and always thinking, and not forget work hard. That is important. Working hard is all on top of whatever you do. If you're not working hard and you're just daydreaming, it's not going to happen. So I think I'm happy with what we have achieved in the last 8, 9 years.
Vishal, what is your practical advice to other aspiring immigrant entrepreneurs?
See, moving to a country like Canada right now, and the situation of the economy right now, especially if you're moving right now, you should be ready to work hard. You should have the mindset to upskill yourself. Very important, very, very important. If you think you have a degree back home and you've been an engineer, you have been a doctor, that's not how you start your career in Canada. For example, like I had a good business back home. When I moved to Canada, I got my immigration license right away. And I planned it the moment I landed. I got my license, I wrote my exam, and was in my office in 4 months. So that was upskilling for myself. If I would have not planned that upskilling, then I would have faced those challenges, right? So I think for new immigrant, upskilling yourselves, not especially today, anytime you're moving to Canada, is very important. Open to the opportunities you get the moment you walk in is very important. You don't have to wait for maybe a right opportunity that will come, that will follow during your journey, but make sure you at least get a foot in the door, at least to get started to what you want to start. So I think that is very important for us as a new immigrant. I have been an immigrant, and I think most of the Canada, if you see around people, they are immigrants who have come to Canada, and I think this should be something they should keep make self. They're motivated to do that and ready to do it.
And upskilling is very, very important, as you said.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, very important. Without upskilling, you're not going to survive.
Right.
As I said, coming from a good background in business, still I have to upskill myself, and I'm still doing it.
Right.
Either it's upskilling of the programs we are bringing in, or the new thoughts we bring in into the business. Even say if you're a businessman or an entrepreneur, if you're not ready to take those challenges or upskill yourself into different, say right now the economy again, relying on one source of income has also become challenging, right? So that's how, from immigration consultant, I also own a school now. I also own career colleges now. The whole idea is I need multiple revenue streams, and that's how I upskill myself, acquiring new businesses, then making them a brand. I think that has worked out very well.
Right. Those aspiring immigrant entrepreneurs who are listening right now, like I have known Vishal for the last 3 years now, and whenever I see him, I also get an energy. And what he said just now is very, very important. Continuous upskilling yourself is very, very important. Even though he's running successful businesses, he said he keeps himself upskilling. So upskilling yourself with new courses, with new learnings is very, very important to become a successful entrepreneur or whichever field you are in. Now, Vishal, moving on, let's discuss how you are empowering, newcomers. Even Global College plays a vital role in supporting newcomers to Canada.
Correct.
This mission is deeply personal to you as an immigrant entrepreneur. How does Avon Global College support immigrants and newcomers in upgrading their skills, building confidence and finding meaningful employment in Canada?
See, as A1 Global as a brand, or the IMTT, what we have just recently acquired for the trade program. So basically what we do as an institution is we make sure we are again upskilling our program. We are making our program industry standard. We are talking to the employers every day to understand what their needs are. And the good thing about the career colleges is we adapt quickly, and then we start working around it, and we deliver very quickly. It's for us, anything, if we have to think about or start doing anything new, it takes a year time, which is not a long time, keeping in mind how the things are working around. So basically upskilling, when we talk about upskilling, is, as I said, making sure our programs are industry standard, making sure we do webinars for the newcomers to make sure, understand what the spectrum of opportunities available in Canada are, what career you can target. Like we all know, health, trade, technology, AI, this is all coming up. So we are making sure that we are keeping up that pace of developing new programs every year. The A1, when we started in 2023, had only 1 or 2 programs. Now we are close to around 15 programs. So similarly with institutional machine tool and technology, IMTT, we have started with 2 programs, but we have already started working on program like welding, plumbing, carpentry, because we know that's the skill Canada needs. So that's how we upgrade ourselves to make sure we are developing those programs as we go along, because that's going to help us, our earth and our business flourish. And when we do that, we do keep all the newcomers or the people who are already even settled down in Canada. Or for example, right now, again, there'll be a lot of layoff happening, right? So what are the options for those people? Again, upskill themselves. They may have to get into some different industry, which we know may not be impacted for at least 5 years or 10 years, right? So I think as we do it, we take care of that, because as an immigrant, I understand that journey very well. So I'm pretty sure we know when a new immigrant move in, they need direction. As an institution, education is definitely the most important part we do, but we give directions to their visions they have, or we try to listen to what exactly their goal is to move to Canada. That they may have to change their goals, because things might have changed while the journey have they been done by that person or a family who's moving in. So as an institution, we do take care of all, not the newcomers, the people who already settled down, make sure that they are to whatever they need to achieve in this Canada or in this economy. The institution like us is always there to support them.
Right. It's like you're creating an ecosystem for not only new immigrants, but for everyone who wants to upskill,
Okay.
who want to learn new trades and, like a different courses or something.
That is a vital lesson for all our listeners. Resilience is the currency of entrepreneurship. Staying true to your vision, even when the barrier seems high, is what separates successful scaling from stagnation.
Now, moving on, let's discuss on innovation and expansion into tech and trades. Vishal, even Global College is proactively, addressing current workforce demand by expanding its program, offering into, critical high demand sectors.
Okay.
You recently acquired the Institute of Machine Tool and Technology,
Okay.
IMTT. Can you share more about your new AI, cybersecurity, and skilled trade programs, and how they align with Canada's job market needs and industry shortages?
See, we all have been talking about AI has been a big buzz for many months now, or almost a couple of years now. And we, as an institution, again, we have developed an industry standard AI and cybersecurity program, which meets the employer needs and demands. So again, the way we look into the whole thing is, we are not there to just give them papers, right? That paper should have a value, and that value is employment. So how are we going to achieve that goal? To work with the industry specialists who are in this field and look at what exactly they want in their employees. Then we try to look ahead 10 to 15 years, our program is still going to be good enough for at least for the next 5 years. And we still have to, I know, as an institution and the way the things are moving, we have to keep on adding value to our program. So every year we change 20% of the curriculum of our, try to change around 20% of the curriculum, which is also allowed from the ministry standard. The whole idea is to keep ourselves upgraded with whatever employers need, or the technology might have changed. So cybersecurity and AI, the new program we launched. Talking about trades, IMTT is into CNC, CNC programming, CNC setup, SolidWorks, Mastercam. Now, these are all good skills to have. So people who are coming to IMTT right now, they come for a big program like for 10 months, and we also have a program for 40 hours, which they might just, for example, they want to learn SolidWorks or Mastercam, they can do it in 80 hours. So we have those programs also. Going forward, IMTT is developing program like we are getting into mechatronics. So that will have a 2 part of the program will be on automation and robotics. Again, that's an industry we know. It has been flourishing for so many years, and it has a scope for another 10, 15, 20 years, because we all know how the automation and robotics is going to take over most of the things. And then for the student perspective, again, I'll come to the same point, upskill. You have to upskill. If you've lost a job, you have to think now, what is the next opportunity? Which is the best industry to go in? The only way to do is to research about it and come to institutions like us, who are there to, we have career counselors, right? Who actually counsel them. We understand their needs. We try to make sure we guide them to the right skills they are looking for. Somebody, for example, somebody wants to do cybersecurity, but that may not be a skill he already has to take up those programs. So we guide them, okay, this may not be a right approach for you. Why don't you try trade? This looks like more like a good plan for you. So as an institution, we guide those people. We make sure our programs are always meeting the industry standards. And that's how we are making sure the future Canadian workforce is ready to take what's coming in the next 5-10 years.
That's a very clear and strategic expansion, Vishal. How do you keep, thinking so forward, so that, like, future employers and future employees can get connected? So, what kind of mindset you follow? So that you're so, like, passionate and, trying to go beyond the market trends.
See, that's what I've been doing from since I landed to Canada, right? When everybody was focusing just on immigration, and I became an immigration consultant, I was thinking about, okay, a lot of people are doing it. What extra I can add to my passion I have? So I thought, okay, let's get into the education, because I've been recruiting students from 22 years, and we're still doing it for a lot of universities and colleges across the globe. I think the add-on could be, let's go to the other side of the table and see how you feel as an educator, right? So then initially I started one college. Now from one college to acquiring another one, from one campus to around 6, 7 campuses we have now, or we're coming up in the next 6 years, like 1 or 2 years, we are planning more campuses. The whole, and I think the passion to, so the passion is very important. Hardworking is very important. You have to be hardworking to achieve those goals in passion. But I think thinking ahead has been always been my advantage. As I come back to the same thing, when people were happy doing immigration, I wanted to get into education. Now I can already see last year, okay, Canada is moving to a skills trade. So last year only I thought of why not to have another institution which just focus on skill trades. So thinking ahead have been, I'm giving my secrets now, but that has been my that has
So
been
others can
always.
learn. That's why I ask you.
But yeah, thinking ahead and planning ahead, and that's what we do for our students, right? As I mentioned you previously, also we think ahead about what program we should get into, what has the future demand. We all know AI is going to take a lot of jobs, but for people to understand AI, it definitely affect the job, but you have to now upskill yourself to learn those skills, because still human being will be required still, like especially in trades. AI is not going to, it definitely is going to replace few parts of what we do as manual, but still human being will be required to, say example, CNC, they'll still be to write the programs or run the machine. So yes, it's going to impact, but upskilling yourself and keeping a vision ahead of, like we do as an entrepreneur, definitely making sure, and that's for every immigrant who come to Canada. Once they're here, they need to plan their 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plan ahead. Think about what not people are doing and what you can do. What you think you already have those strengths. Just think about it when you move here. Just try to work around and make sure that you're trying, not you're trying, make sure that you're achieving your goals.
Yeah, you are a great example of an entrepreneur, Vishal, because you were already running a business back home. And when you came here, you changed your mindset. You said, I'm not just going to run a business, but I want to create, a platform of education where not only I get benefited, but the community itself, they can get benefited. So that's the true, the definition of example and definition of entrepreneurship. Business leaders, take a note. The skill gap is real, but so is the solution. Partnering with institutions like A1 Global College that are agile enough to launch AI and trade programs now is how you secure your workforce. Now, Vishal, A1 Global College has achieved rapid growth, opening 4 campus locations in just 3 years.
2 years.
2
Collective.
years, sorry. Recently, you had a major event to celebrate your students. I was there on November 10th. What does this, and when I saw you, like, the most happiest person in that room was Vishal, like, you were, I saw the happiness because you saw the result of your hard work. Like, students were there, they were very happy,
Correct.
their parents were very happy, everyone was very happy. And as I said, you were the most happiest person. This is like when you see your success comes, you see the
Right,
success.
yes.
Yeah. So you become very, very happy from inside as well. How do you plan to expand campuses, more campuses, to make career-focused education more accessible to each and every Canadian?
See, it's a challenging job because it comes with a lot of huge investment, time, money, everything. When you think about opening up a campus, sounds easy, but it's not easy. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of resources to be put, and a lot of behind the scene work happen when you plan up another campus. But before I go to that one, when you talk about the community thing, yes, that's what my vision is, to give back to the community as much as possible. To being started as an entrepreneur, me and my wife is the one who started. We were 2 people who moved to Canada. Now we employ more than 200 people in our different campuses as instructors, as admin people, marketing, sales. So we are a group of more than 200 employees in my company right now. So as I said, just happened in the last 8, 9
Very
months.
soon
right?
you will have 500 people. Vishal.
Yes, the plan is to expand. So now coming back to your feeling happiness about the event we have, that was our graduation event. That was the first big event we planned. Now we thought we are big enough to have so many people and parents in the room, students in the room. Let's see how they feel in that atmosphere. And that you have been there on that day. It was amazing
Right.
to see actually what you just now said. To see that smile on students' face, the happy parents or their spouses. You think you have achieved something. Not so you're right now. You're not just employed those 200 people. You're creating the workforce this country need. So that there were 150 plus students there. So that is being created by A1. Although not they more than students who graduated, but they all 150 could make it on that particular day. So, but now you feel happy. That's why when you said you were the happiest person, because I can see, okay,
Right.
Being an immigrant where we moved here with family, where we only two people who started the whole thing. Now we can see the family has grown. My whole staff or the team is working very well. So that has been another a challenge when you grow the businesses you have to you cannot do it alone. It has to come with the team. So I'll definitely like to appreciate the team we have who is supporting us and who has been supporting us. So vision from here is definitely opening up more trades program campuses coming up very soon. A1 Global will also be expanding its program, because we are getting into not just program, also the campuses. So my vision from here is right now we are in 2025. Again, as I said you in one of the initial discussion we had, I have set up my goal for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years. So next 5 years, I'll keep it short. For the next 5 years, I want to see between A1 and IMTT, I see around 15 campuses coming up in the next.
And you will. I think as the way you're passionate, the way you see the market, the way you plan, and the way you take risk, you will.
Yeah,
it
so
will
that's the right word you mentioned. Risk has been one of the. I've been hearing this word from many people when they say, "Okay, how can you say such a big risk? Right? You acquired one, you acquired another one, and the institution I've acquired either is A1, either IMTT. They were almost like very low in numbers, right? They were not the running. Yes, they were already licensed and everything, but as the brand, they were nowhere. They have the numbers of students is hardly any. We do more than that student in a month now, what they were doing in 1 year. We do double that number in now 1 month, where we started from. The same is the vision with IMTT. Taking risk has always worked out, and I see a lot of people who say I have taken risk but I fail. But definitely when they take a risk, either it's not a calculated risk, or once they've taken the risk, they don't know exactly what to do after that, right? But my vision, even the day we took A1, even in fact the day I met the person who was selling it, the day they met me, they could see easily in my eyes. This guy has a vision. I told him on day one, I said, "You're going to have 3 campuses in the next 2 years. Trust me." And we have 4. So they also feel very happy. They're proud of it. And now they see the brand growing, and what they started as a small seed has grown into a big brand. So taking risk has always worked out. And again, for all the new immigrants who have moved in, you may have at some time take a risk. Maybe example, you are in a good job, but if you want to grow and get into a better job, you may have to take a risk of maybe leaving that job and jumping onto another career. So for risk, could be a definition for everybody could be different, but yes, just an example here. But I think you should be ready to take that. Yes. If you really want to see yourself growing. If I come from a business degree background and a master's background, the only thing I remember for what I've done in my graduation and master is more risk, more profit. That's the only line I remember throughout my bachelor's and my master degree, and that's what I'm implementing on. Risk, more profit. And I think it has worked out.
Yeah, taking risk is very, very important. And you might land on something which is very, very big you haven't imagined.
Hey, Canadian business leaders, are you looking for highly skilled professionals in healthcare, technology, or trades? Learn from Vishal Manocha, President of A1 Global College, about innovative programs in AI and cybersecurity, the strategic expansion into skilled trades, and how the college actively connects graduates with potential employees through job fairs. Now let's continue our conversation with Vishal.
Vishal, you believe your success is measured by the success of your graduates. And A1 Global College actively help students launch their careers, and have seen in person in the recent event. What makes A1 Global College stand out, and how do your job fairs, the resume workshops and career services connect graduates directly with the employers?
Okay, again, I think that has been one of the strengths of A1 has from last 2-3 years. The day, I think when I took over the institution, within the first 3 months, we organized our first job fair. Because I knew if I have to grow this big, I need to connect these people who are studying with us, who have trusted us to be their career guidance from here. I should give my best to find them a job. So within the first 3 months, we had our first job fair. It was in the campus. There were around 20-25 students. And for the first job fair, it was good. Then after that, we have done 3 more job fairs. The last time we did the job fair, the attendance were more than 200 plus. We have to go out of the campus to do the job fair because we were expecting those numbers, right? So A1 has always tried and will keep on trying to definitely connect those people who have trusted us or will be trusting in future to find them jobs. Because they're, for example, somebody who has been laid off, if we are guiding them to this career, what we look into is we also let them know, okay, we are building those employer connections or we already have them. We'll try to make sure that you are able to find a job. Even out of, for example, 10, if I'm able to get even 2-3 people job, I feel myself satisfied. We have achieved the goal. Obviously, may not be able to get 100%, but we try over 100%. But all, that how it works, because there are a lot of factors. But I think A1 or even IMTT or focus will be always working as close as possible. Not even just developing programs when we get into it, also making sure when the students graduate, they are someone who can be hired right away. If not, maybe after some training. So I think that's what we have been doing, and that's how we are giving back to the community. And it feels very satisfied when I just said to you earlier too, coming alone as a family, having 200 people as a team, and now graduating people every day from your schools and colleges, and trying to make sure that they find jobs, make you feel satisfied, make feel A1 is doing what it should be doing, or as an institution, anybody should be doing. When you say one of the part of the question is what sets us apart is our approach. We are not just, as I said again, we're not issuing papers to the student. We are making sure they are getting employment. That is very, very important. That's what Canada needs right now. The economy is reshaping. Everything is reshaping. We need to make sure that because this is where they're going to start the new career from the institution like us. So if we have got the right pathway, the right people to guide them, the right employer to maybe hire them, I think as an institution, we are doing the best we can.
This is the differentiator. Education is only as good as career it launches. A1 Global's hands-on approach to connecting students with employers is a model for how we should all think about talent acquisition.
That's a very clear differentiator, Vishal. It shows that the college takes active responsibility for its graduate, career launch and success. Finally, let's discuss your leadership philosophy and future vision for your organization. You are an accomplished educational executive and a risk-taking entrepreneur who is committed to continuous learning and ethical leadership. What leadership principles guide your work in fostering academic excellence? And what is your long-term vision for preparing your students to thrive in a changing world?
See, when you call about leadership plays a very important role, right? I have a lot of, again, as I said, but it still comes with a team effort. But there has to be a leader who can build up that team. And I think we have been doing, me and my wife have built up a good team who is supporting us. And that leadership skills is something you don't have to learn from me. Honestly, I don't think I've learned those from my bachelor's or master degree I've done. I've learned through the knowledge. I always try to taking risk has given me a lot of courage of being a good leader, right? So that's how when people say you are taking a risk, so as a leader only you can take a risk, right? Because okay, you have a team to back up, but to run the whole show, a leadership quality will come in. And I think we have been doing it successfully with the institution we are running. So leadership, when we talk about, comes with the passion again. It comes with making sure the people are willing to work with you. And I think if you show a vision to anyone, people see you as a leader. For example, I'm showing my vision to my team that we're going to have another 5 campus in the next few years, right? So they can show there is a leader here who's going to guide us, who's going to be, our jobs are safe.
And it's a proven leader, right?
Yeah, proven leader, right? So he's going to help us. He's already proved in the last 2 years.
Right.
I've got still those team member who joined A1 on day one. They're still working with us. So because I've shown them the vision, they have seen my vision when we started it, right? And they already see, yes, he's going even faster than what his vision was a couple of years ago.
And at the same time, being a leader is not easy, right?
Oh, yeah. It comes with a lot of challenges, to be honest, when you have to have a handle of 100 people team. You can understand everybody has their own mindset, their own way of doing the work. To make them work as a team, oh my God, it'll require a lot of efforts. But again, when people see the person they are following has a vision, and making sure if he's successful, he's going to make sure we are successful. So they do follow you. And I think the risk ability of a is one of the skills a leader should have, and that's how they're going to grow their business, and people behind them are going to be comfortable. Okay, we are in a safe hand. He's a good leader. He's going to make us. And then when the way you work around the team, sometimes you have to just, as a leader, you know what's happening in the 100 people team, but you have to sometimes keep your eyes closed, because if you start talking about everything, it may spread the wrong word, or it could be a different message. So you have to work as a team. It comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of things you have to keep your eyes closed on to make sure the team is working as a team. So I think that's what we have been doing. And I think as a leader, I think we have been doing relatively well, and we make sure that continues forward. And the second part of your question was what was the
Long-term vision for preparing students to thrive in a changing world.
See, the long-term vision is, again, the message is very clear and simple to all the people. You have to upskill themselves. We as an institution will be keep on doing it. When we upskill ourselves, it's about the program, the vision, the employer, make more connections, networking. That's why my vision. When we go for an event, my event is just to network around people, to talk to them. So that, because if I have a vision of here, basically getting my students employed once they graduate, I need to make sure to do that. I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm meeting the industry expert. I'm meeting the stakeholders, the community leaders who can help us out achieve our goals and vision. So the vision we have is, we already talked about it during the whole show, definitely more campuses, more new programs, and those programs are going to be job specific. We are looking to build workforce for Canada. Again, not giving them something for no value for what they spend their time, their money with us. So the whole vision is, again, make sure that we are doing our best, which we have been doing for the last few years, continue that effort going forward. Opening a campus, I said, just it's not going to work out. Once you open the campus, you need students. Students are going to trust you once they see your previous
Opening part is easy, right?
Yeah, that's the easiest part. Okay, I want to open a campus. Let's now to run the campus, build up a team again, make sure the students are aware and doing either marketing, sales, whatever you talk about. As you said, opening and thinking about opening another 5 campuses is something we can just discuss on the coffee and think, okay, yeah, we can do that. But I don't think that's easy. But I think with the leadership and the skills and your visions are clear, I think you definitely achieve whatever you're planning to achieve in your coming years.
Yeah. Vishal, it's clear that your focus is on developing ethical leaders as well as skilled professionals. Vishal, you have shared powerful insights on empowering newcomers, strategic growth in the tech and trades, and ensuring career launch success. If there is one key message you want Canadian SME listeners to remember about building a future-ready business through skilled talent, what would it be?
See, first of all, if you're as a newcomer and looking to be becoming an entrepreneur in Canada, you need to first identify what your strengths are, right? What are the limitations you have? You have to work on those limitations. That limitation doesn't mean that now that's going to be for your whole life. You can overcome them. So make sure you are pretty sure about your vision. Very important. Then again, message is coming from the whole discussion we had. Make sure you're upskilling. Very important. If you're not doing that, you're not going to survive in this world. In fact, not just in Canada. You have to make sure you're doing it. If you want to start up your own business, take little step. I know I've been talking about taking risk, but if you have a capability of taking risk and it makes sense to you, definitely go
Take
ahead.
big risk.
Take big risk. Yeah. But again, as I said, not everybody has it. But again, I don't come from something which I was born with that skill of taking risk. It's like, just take a calculator. You should know you have taken a risk. You have a path behind. You have a journey. When you take that, and you should know the goal, what the journey or a pathway toward that goal is. Just keep on working on it right away. So the easiest thing to do right now, example, opening a business, maybe taking a franchisee and starting up. Some people would like a proven concept. Right. That could be a good approach to start
Safety
with.
net, you can say.
Safety net, you can say, right? Few people, again, can start their own businesses. That could be more risky, to be honest. But when I talk about my journey, when I moved into institutions or opening colleges, I only come from that background. It's not like I was an entrepreneur into some different industry and start opening restaurants. I may fail. I capitalize on what I built in the last 15, 17 years as a career in recruitment, knowing people. I knew my industry connections. I knew B2B channels. If I get my students, how I'm going to grow, get my students once the campus is open. I need to work with those B2B channels. So that was already built on those 10, 12 years. So I think that is, again, a very important, a learning for everybody to make sure. That's why I have taken risks, but they have been calculative in a sense. I know I'm going to achieve it. I know the people. For example, I acquired IMTT right now. I want to bring those programs into there. I've already, before even we acquired it, we already developed 3-4 programs. I already built up those connections whom I'm going to reach out to build program like welding, plumbing, electrical, right? So again, you can see where I'm coming from. So when I'm taking that chance, I've already started working towards it because I know what will require to achieve those goals. That need to be very clear for the entrepreneur. Just don't try to get into everything. Just see, as I mentioned in the beginning, see on day one what your strengths are, what your limitations are. If you come from a background which can support something, kind of first research about it. Don't go right away. Don't dive into the deep water right away. Make sure you're doing proper research, market research before you get into anything. And then luck is also a part which plays, but luck only favors the brave. That's another heading we have. So basically, you make sure that if you're working hard, you have a vision to achieve. I'm pretty sure nothing can stop any entrepreneur to become from a small business to even a large business, which we are trying to do. We are still a small business, but where we started from. But I think the vision we have, the goal we have from here, as you rightly mentioned again, we have 500 people working for us and thousands of graduates from our institution who have found a job. So I think as a person, I have achieved what we wanted to achieve in your life. You have given back to the community. You have developed the best system you can. And I think that makes you more satisfying. And that's what I've been trying to do throughout my years.
Right. Guys, I believe the key takeaway from his advice to other business leaders is, and aspiring entrepreneurs is, take risk, but do the homework first. Vishal, it has been a pleasure hosting you today. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, like your vision and your insights with our listeners.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks. It's always a pleasure to be a part of either your events or podcasts like this. And I'll more than welcome to share any insightful or any knowledge I can impart to your listeners. And if one or two become even successful out of this show, and I'll be happy again that I've given the best again.
Thank you so much for your wishes.
Thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
That was very interesting conversation with Vishal Manocha, President at A1 Global College of Health, Business and Technology. We discuss about innovation in education, new programs in tech and trades, celebrating success and future growth, and community and career launch commitment. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We appreciate your continued support.